What is good, my Rags and Fitness people, my Rags and Fitness folks, my Rags and Fitness fam? It is your man Rags back up in this thing, and when I tell you I'm up in it, I'm talking about I'm knee deep, all the way off up in it. Guys, please do everybody a favor, do yourself a favor, do me a favor, do the world a favor. Please keep God first in everything that you do, and shake all of the haters off. And for all of a Christian Tide football fans, can I please get a roll? Time roll, baby! Guys, this is the morning after that big win we had last night against Western Kentucky. Guys, let's give ourselves a round of applause. What a good victory, guys. We saw a lot of great things last night, man. I'm pretty sure we saw some things that we can improve upon. But, guys, all in all, I think it was a pretty good football game, a pretty good outing by Alabama Crimson Tide, our 2024 team. So, guys, let's talk about it. I want to give applause to the crowd, man, the audience, everybody that was out there, man. I mean, it was packed. Looking on TV, watching it, I wanted to be there, but man, it was packed, guys. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for making all the noise you can make, and thank you for showing support to our guys and letting them know that we are behind them, right? Because I was at home cheering all night last night. Kalen DeBoer, how did he look last night? He was as calm as ever, man. He didn't get rattled at all, right? He was a little bit frustrated at first with the whole communication issue, right? Having to bring Nick Sheridan back to the football field, sending him back up, and I think I had to bring him back down again, right? But anyway, he was just a little frustrated with that communication issues, right? But other than that, he was even keeled, man. He was a calm cookie out there last night, man. Um, with all the penalties that was going on, right? That's one of the things that we need to clean up, guys. Snapping the ball over the head, penalties, things of that nature. We have to clean those things up in order to compete in this tough SEC that we're going to be coming along with later on down the season, right? But that's the bad things that happen, right? Some more of the bad things that happen, man. Some of the tackling wasn't good. Some of the angles that we saw wasn't good, and some of the blocking could have been a little bit better at times, right? But so, in spurts, man, we did a pretty good job on the offensive line. We had a few guys that had to fill in at the last minute. Pritchett had to fill in for Proctor. Proctor had a pregame injury, something dealing with his arm, right? We don't have the details yet, but we'll be getting those soon. According to Kalen DeBoer. But due to those guys filling in, they even had a incident when the helmets came off for some guys and they had to fill in with two other guys real quick. And yeah, man, everything worked out just fine. So, guys, with that being said, offensive side of the ball, man, like we just talked about the offensive line in spurts. We did pretty good blocking, right? Cut down the penalties, the holdings, stuff like that. But Hollywood, right? Ryan Williams was a bright spot, 17-year-old guy. The lights wasn't too bright for this guy last night, man. Jalen Milroe hit him on two big touchdowns, man. It was beautiful. I mean, he was a breakout guy last night, man. He had over 130 something yards last night. Um, Big game for him, man. Kendrick Law, we saw him come out and score a touchdown. Beautiful. We saw a few more guys catch the ball that I really love, man. Kobe Prentice, we saw a few catches from him. I even saw a few from Caleb Odom coming from Mr. Ty Simpson. That was another beautiful thing, watching Mr. Ty Simpson get in and getting some meaningful reps, right? Running back wise, man. Jam Miller, Justin Haynes, man, just Jam. That is a dynamic duo right there. We had a chance to see Mr. Hill get in there. Not Mr. Hill. I always mess this guy name up. My running back, Young. We got Young in there. Number 9. I don't know why I always call him Hill. There was a guy I played football against that he reminds me of. His last name was Hill. Yeah, we saw him get in, and man, I mean, I love to see these guys get the playing time right. They get used to the crowd noise. They get used to the feeling of being in this Alabama atmosphere. Who else? Ah, man, it was great, man. Parker Bressford had to work on the snaps. Um, let's talk about defensive side of the ball, guys. Defensive side of the ball. I mean, we saw so many young guys get out there and play, man. We saw the secondary. We saw Zay Mincy playing, man. Xavier Brown got the start. The Money Jackson. Um, who else, man? Red Morgan. Guys, Jalen Mbakwe. Ah, man, it was beautiful, guys. King Mack. We saw so many guys out there rotating in and out, man. And hey, man, it's going to be a no-fly zone when these guys come into their self. I mean, that's a lot of youth out there, guys. But once they get it, they click, it's over with. Mr. Jihad Campbell, man, like, oh, man, I'm very big on Deontay Lawson. I wanted Deontay Lawson to do a little bit more last night, right? But that's besides the point. Deontay Lawson, he's going to get his chance. He did good. But Jihad Campbell was all over the field last night, man. I mean, he was everywhere, man. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about Mr. Q Robinson when he got in there, man. He was nasty. I mean, man, the quickness, the twitchiness of this guy, man. I saw the young guy, Young Zay Pierre, get in, man. They gave him a chance, number 42. I watched him run a guy all the way from almost one sideline to the other, man, and hawked him down and tackled him. Almost that Dallas Turner / Will Anderson type style rundown, man. I mean, it was great. It was gorgeous, man. I loved it. And guys, you all know that Rex is excited about watching defensive linemen back the ball down at the line of scrimmage. I saw so many people batting balls down. I even saw Mr. Jaheim Otis bat a ball down, man. That's what I'm talking about. Batting balls down, right? You know Rex love that. You know you love to see Rex love to see linebackers hanging all off your quarterback. And that's what I saw from Q Robinson to Jihad Campbell last night, right? And you know Rag love to see pick sixes. You know Rag love to see them pick offs and trying to get down that field. And that's what Mr. Keon Saab did last night from that safety position, man. Caleb who? Who is Caleb who? Who did y'all say? What down is it? Caleb who? Mr. Keon Saab, man. Hey, I love what you did last night. Malachi Moore all over the field, man. Who else was it? We can name so many guys. Mr. James Smith, man. LT Overton knocking balls down. Ah, man, this was beautiful last night, guys. I can go on and on and on about this defense, man. Like I say, Mr. Red Morgan made a few plays last night. Just so much youth, guys. We have the future is here already, guys. To watch this without Saban on the sideline, it was almost surreal, man. You know what I mean? See Saban sitting up in the booth with his family. And to see Kalen out there now, to see this offense clicking. One thing that I believe Saban would have let off the pedal a little bit, right? I don't believe Saban would have still been dialing up passing plays and stuff like that with that big of a lead. But this is the thing that Kalen DeBoer is trying to do. He has so many plays he wants to run. He wants these guys to get used to playing football. And we were scoring so quick. Defense was taking the ball away. We wasn't able to play we weren't able to run some of these plays that the coach wanted to run. So, hey, he was putting second string in and everything. We were still passing the ball, running the ball. We was doing the whole nine, man. And Kalen DeBoer really wanted to see what his team had, right? And he wanted them to get comfortable and feel, comfortable with themselves, have the confidence, right? So that's one thing that I do believe Nick Saban would have done different. If he was there, I think he would have dialed it down a little bit, maybe just ran the ball. It would have been a lot of punts and stuff like that with the second team in, but not Kalen DeBoer. Kalen DeBoer did not pick his foot up off of the gas at all, right? And like I say, we can always talk about what Nick Saban would have done, but he's no longer there. Kalen DeBoer is our head coach now, and guys, that's what we have to do. Jalen Milroe, let's go back to the offensive side of the ball. Jalen Milroe made some great decisions last night, but it was also some times where he kind of held onto the ball. He was Jalen Milroe again, right? But Jalen, guys, that was the first game. He's going to get better. You know he loved that long pass. So as long as these wide receivers are getting open for him, Mr. Hollywood Williams, Ryan Williams, as long as he's getting open downfield, he will be hit by Mr. Jalen Milroe as long as the offensive line is blocking the way that they're supposed to block, guys. So I'm telling you, man, guys, we have a big, long season ahead of us. I can't wait for next week. The USF Bulls, I'm sorry about that, South Florida Bulls will be coming to Tuscaloosa. Now, we had a tough time with those guys at Raymond James Stadium last year, right? It was a rainy day, wet day, man. The ball was all over the field. It was a long day for us. So we're looking to click on all cylinders against this USF Bulls team. Now, let me talk about our opponent that we just played, Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky is slated to have a pretty good season in Conference USA this year, right? So let's say this. Western Kentucky wasn't a slouch, right? I mean, they are a formidable opponent. They would have gave some teams trouble, right? I do believe that. TJ Finley is huge, man. This guy is like 6'7". I watched him last night walk towards Jalen Milroe, and I saw those two guys together, and I just saw the size difference. I didn't realize that TJ Finley was that big. This guy is huge, man. So he's going to give Conference USA a fit this year, I believe, right? That's just my opinion. I believe he's going to be a pretty tough football player, right? But playing against that Alabama defense last night, we had some things for him, man. Like I said, Keelan Saab had 2 picks last night with the possibility of getting 3. He didn't make it. He didn't get it. He didn't see it in time. But, man, all in all, I am very proud of this football team, guys. From everything these guys went through, the guys who decided to stay, if they're not wearing Chrism, you know what to do. But guys, with all of that being said, man, old Rex is about to get up out of here, man. This is just a morning out to take. I wanted to talk to my Alabama fan base, man. Touch bases with you guys and tell you I'm proud of you guys for showing up. I know we was the guys that wasn't there. We was in our homes paying attention to the game. I had a ball last night sitting with my family and watching the game, man. So guys, we're looking forward to next week. USF Bulls. Hopefully we can do the same thing, same time. And guys, I know you love looking down into the depths of my eyes, but I got to get out of here, man. Already. Yeah.